Hi everyone! I would like to show you my album that I just made about my trip to Paris last October 2016. This is an album that I bought in Paris on my trip. So it was like a bare book with cute pages, cute paper. It came in an envelope like this. And it was fun. It was right here in the hole, and there was this little pocket, and I thought I could put some things in there once my album is finished. It also came with a set of sticker sheets like this. I thought it was pretty cute, but now I see that my album will never fit in there now that it's finished. But it's okay, I'll just put it on my shelf with all my other mini albums. That's perfect for me. So I'll just flip through, try to make it quick because it's pretty thick, as you can see. So some pages were already written on. It's like prompts, you know, to help you journal. As you know, as you probably know if you know me, I don't need prompts to journal. I always have enough ideas and I know already what to write in my album, but it was fun to have some other ideas, you know, sometimes just to fill in, and it was fun. So this is my first page. My husband was in Paris for a business trip, and we were going on, we had a 1 week break off of school, so we decided to just go and join him after his week. We did the weekend in Disneyland Paris, and then he left. He had to go to Paris for some meetings, so we stayed 2 more days without him, and then we met him in Paris, in the city. So that was fun. So that's when we met him. Well, the next day actually, our first day all together in Disneyland Paris. I'll try to not move too much, but I would like to show you like little accents. So here, pretty little sticker with some gold foil. So the first part of the book is all about Disneyland Paris. We bought an annual pass because we live now in Prague, so we thought it would be easy for us to fly there a couple times this year. So I've put this little leaflet there, and I just stuck it, I glued it on the page, and I just tucked it under this nice die cut so that it stays closed, but that we can still open it if we want to look inside. These are little stickers that I slid into under my photo there. The little ghost and the die cuts, and also the stars are from Pretty Little Studio. Here I have some photos, and I hid my journaling under the photos. So it says here, pull up. And when you lift it up, maybe lift up would have been more accurate, but now you have my journaling. And I added some word stickers. And I did add some washi tape under my photos as well to make sure it holds well. This one was kind of cracking when I was lifting the photo. That's why I've started to put some under it. Here I used an embossing folder to do this spider web under my photo. This is how it looks on the other side. And under my photo, I added some thread, white and gold, and I cut out a little spider that I stamped on white cardstock. Here you can see a little die cut, also from Pretty Little Studios, and these gold foil leaves stickers are also from Pretty Little Studio, and I journaled pretty much everywhere I could in my album. Here too, some journaling for these two things, and this is the journaling for these photos. It was quite funny because I wrote what happened, and after that, I don't know where I looked, but I kind of realized that what I had written there was not the right things. So I kind of asked around on Facebook in my scrapbooking group, the Scrap Gals, and people gave me ideas of what I should do, maybe cover it and add some things. But what I did instead was highlighting. First of all, I crossed it out, what was wrong, and then I thought, okay, that looks even more stupid. So I just highlighted it so that it looks even more funny, let's say. And here I corrected my mistake. I said, well, actually, the story is another highlight was when during the parade, the lovely Queen of Hearts herself blew Daddy a kiss. The girls thought that this was pretty funny, but actually, apparently, the Queen of Hearts didn't blow a kiss. She made the sign with her hand saying, "I'll cut your head off." So, I wrote, "I'm on the floor laughing. How could I have it this wrong? Haha." So probably blow a kiss. This is the mommy side, and "I'll cut your head off." This is what the kids remembered. Here I stitched with my sewing machine 2 pages of the book together. That made a pocket for me. So I stamped here some things in black and orange, and I wrote "Take a plan and timetable" right here. And then inside you do have the program and also the map. And I've put a nice golden paper clip to make sure that nothing falls off. Here, this is a picture that I took of the balloons, Minnie Mouse, and instead of printing a photo, I printed it on white printing paper, and I just glued it onto the page, so it's hiding the stitching I made, for the pocket. And I just added a picture over it with a small label with my journaling. I didn't want to journal over this. I wanted to have it pretty apparent, the Minnie Mouse, and I used a pink label to match. It's also matching with my girls all the time. Of course, we're always in pink or in turquoise. On this page, I used a stamp. This is a very old Stampin' Up! Roller stamp. I don't know if you remember these. And I used pigment ink and I embossed it. And then I used my pencil color pencil, and I colored the stamp in. I adhered my pictures pretty high so that we could still see the nice stamp. And I even had to cut that one, but I think that's a pretty cool look. I even cut Daddy's head a little bit. But I think it's cool to see that, to have the pictures go off the page a little bit. And I tucked here a little tab from Pretty Little Studio for some extra details. And it says, "And then Daddy had to leave." So that's our last family picture, and that's the last picture Daddy took of me and the girls. And I thought that was cool because it was showing that I was staying with the girls alone. So these are then the 2 days where I was alone with the girls. I did here a little collage of, this is a die cut, like a layered die cut. I added washi tape and some, it's in my ribbon bin, but it's like sequins on a cord. And I added a little sticker. And this was in the book. So it's one of the prompt, the prompt asking you to write. It's written, "Oh, how we have laughed when," and then I wrote "when we met the evil queen." Here to have some extra interactive element, I stitched the photo, but only 3 sides. I've layered also some vellum under it. And I added the journaling on a tab that is hidden behind the photo. No, this is, I'm looking to see if this is a pocket, but it's not. So I just added some Halloween pattern paper on top of that blue paper. I was tired of seeing it. And here I glued the map. So I brought back many plans of the park, and I glued one right on in the book. And here it says pull up to reveal the park map. Sorry. So you cannot see everything, but you know, it's like the entrance and the castle is there. And this is me with Mickey Mouse and the girls. And it says the European Mickey Mouse. Some people have told me that they think the ears are different than the American Mickey Mouse. I'm not sure about that. We'd have to check with another photo side by side. So here's another photo when we met our friends who were also having some vacation in Paris at the same time than us. Some more highlights of our 2 days alone without Daddy. And this is when we went to the city then to meet Dad for the couple next 3 days. I think we stayed then with him. So first we met and then we went to Notre Dame. So you see my journaling all around. I've put some washi tape here. I wanted to have, you know, to dress this up a little bit. So I've put this washi tape with the sun and I've added it to balance a little bit. This is when we were climbing up to the top of Notre Dame. I like to add some little labels like this to add my journaling. You know, when I don't have too many things to say, and then when I have many things to say, go directly on the page next to the pictures. I've added some washi tape here. And, you know, sometimes I also do some stitching to add interest, and then it shows on the other side, but I don't care if we see the back side of the stitching. I think it's okay. I could have added an embellishment, but I thought it would hide, you know, I wanted to give this photo a big place in the album. I thought it was pretty cool like this, simple. So here I stitched again 2 sides of the page, and it makes another page for me. And I used a circle punch, and I punched here, so we see some part of the papers. So we see that things are hidden there. And I've put the, it's like the information paper that they gave us about the Notre Dame towers. And on the other side, it's a city map of Paris. So here it says, never in my life would I forget. And then I write a little bit when we went on top of the Eiffel Tower. And I wrote Paris with foam letters, glitter letters, and I added some little clear stickers here. Here I added some vellum. It's pink vellum, so pink on pink. Well, pink stripes. Pink vellum on pink stripes. And I just added my photo. I print my photos at home, so it's easy to leave a white frame if I want to. And I added a paper clip in the shape of a heart. It's not holding anything else. It's just cute. On the other side, there's the Louvre. We didn't go inside the museum, but I did take a like an information leaflet. So I used this Da Vinci, the Mona Lisa, picture of her. And Ariel was just reading, just before we went to Paris, she was reading a book for kids, and it was happening in Paris, and there was the Mona Lisa, so I thought it was cute to write a little bit about that. Then using some more embellishment, and I added here our metro tickets, and I stitched these 2 pictures just to add some more interest. Some more photos here. So I like to switch also the format of the pictures, bigger or the smaller, and then, you know, sometimes I do add a frame and sometimes I don't. And then when there's no frame, I like to add photo corner or a pattern paper under it. There's a little paper clip here. Oh, and this is it's like a money thing that we can buy, you know, in the churches and stuff. So this one, we bought that one at the top of the Eiffel Tower, I believe. But this one we bought in the Sacré-Cœur, and we're not very religious people, but in that church there was a spirit, a certain kind of energy, and Ariel really wanted to have this. We also lit some candles and we did some little wishes, I like to call them. This is a stamp. It's from Citrus Twist Kit. And this is also the little paper, you know, with information about the church, Sacré-Cœur. So I've glued only 3 sides of the picture and I added it behind. And this is, I don't know if you can see this, it's like a little pocket. It's the, you know, it's the little pockets that you get when you buy little buttons or brads or things like that. So I always keep the pockets. And to make it cuter, I've added one picture in the back. It's a picture that I took from the top of Sacré-Cœur. So if we ever take the money out of there, I don't know if we will, but then we would see my picture that I took. And then there's enough journaling to explain everything I just said. I just explained. Oh, and these are our tickets to go at the top. I just used my tiny attacher to attach them here so that we can flip through and see them. 3 of them are different. This is again a little prompt from the album. So I just added a little bit of words and then my picture here. This is then another part of Paris. So I don't know if you noticed that I always had my title like here, Sacré-Cœur, or what did I have also in pink before? Notre-Dame, I think was written. Yeah, Notre-Dame, Sacré-Cœur, and now it's Montmartre. I ran out of pink letters to write Montmartre, but so I decided to use some gold letters. It's okay, no problem. Stickers to make my title. I think it's good enough. And then Quartier des Artistes, you know, sometimes you can choose to use another size of fonts when you're writing, just to make a distinction between the title, the subtitle, and then your journaling. And this photo I've glued down with some foam adhesive over this. This is a postcard. So the frame was bigger. I trimmed it smaller and I added this picture with foam. I think, you know, I like the look of the photos and the drawing on the postcard. Here I stitched again, and then you see the stitching on the other side with nothing else on it. It's okay for me. Tour Eiffel. I had enough letters to write this, but I had to use a big R and a big E, but it's okay. This photo I left just like this, so this is pretty minimalistic. On this page I used here a stamp. This is from Ali Edwards' kit, one of her story kits. I stamped it in blue or in turquoise, and I added some embossing powder. And then I added a star here. I stamped the date over there, added my journaling here. This is another stamp from Ali's story kit, and more journaling here. And here I decided to make a pocket with this page, so the stitching around I think makes a beautiful frame for my photo. There's another guide in there. And then the stitching on the other side makes again another frame for that picture. These are the tickets that we had to go on the top of the Eiffel Tower. I decided to use only 2, not all the 4 of them, and the others I can use in my Project Life album later. I added one little star there that I attached with my tiny attacher, and on the other side, to hide it, I placed a brad over, not a brad, a badge over it, a flare button. There you go. This was again printed in the book. I decided to cover just a little bit to add my photo there and to write a little bit, and then I have again my title with my letter stickers. For these 2 pictures, I added some ribbons, glitter ribbons, that I kind of folded together and stitched with my sewing machine. And I added some gold ink for these. I could show you what kind of ink. So I'm sure it's not that ink. Oh, it's this one. I see it. Sorry about that. So it's Winsor & Newton. It's pretty cool if you like gold. So I just shake it like this, and then I use a paintbrush. I dip it in, and then I just let it drop there. And I had to let it dry sometime. You know, it makes a huge drop, so it takes some time. And this little drop there under the star, it was kind of going all over my photo. It was not nice, so I added a star at the end. And the stars are repeated here and here, so it keeps a nice balance over my 2 pages. And then the glitter here and here also makes a nice balance. Here I decided to put my photo not in the middle, like a little bit on the side, and I layered it with some vellum paper and gold foil. Vellum and gold foil, that's my favorite at the moment. And this is a heart that I punched out of glitter paper. I attached it with my tiny attacher. These 2 photos we made at the hotel, so there was a nice backdrop of a very nice couch, and the wall was all painted red. It was really cool. Matched the sofa. And then they had a big box with masks and, you know, hats and stuff. So we did some pictures of that, and I had to choose 2. I went with these. I like the saying, let your heart be free. This here is another postcard that I bought, and again I layered some pink vellum over the striped white and pink paper. This is a page that I teared from the beginning. I don't know if you realize that, but you know, it was like all blue pages, then all pink pages. And I was tired of the pink, so I just tear it off. I thought that I had enough pages in my book anyway. And now I decided to use it here to break that little blue. So it's nice to buy books that are already done, but you have to work with them. And sometimes you have to shuffle things around more than you thought you would have to. Here I have 2 pictures, and I added one of the little circle that I punched out to make the pockets is now here as a tab. Oh, it's this one. So this here comes from here. I only punched one of the pages, not the other one. And it's the paper with the information about the Arc de Triomphe. So our ticket stubs are here. This is a nice picture from my husband took. This is my husband climbing on the post to put his camera to film. You know, he makes time lapses and videos, so it's always funny to see him climb everywhere and put things where he shouldn't, and people are looking at him, and the girls are used to it, so they just play with him. And this is a nice photo that he took when we were at the top of the Arc de Triomphe, photo of the Eiffel Tower. And this is us at the bottom of the Arc de Triomphe and us at the top. And then I added a favorite sticker there, and I'm telling why this place, like the top of the Arc de Triomphe, is one of my favorite spots in Paris. It's because I've been there years before with my parents, and I remember we stayed many hours on the top looking at the traffic around, and the light went down, so we saw the Eiffel Tower just light up. It was great. So it's a great memory, and I was glad to bring my kids there. And this is just to finish up the album. It's a photo of them in the metro, and I'm talking about the reality of traveling with little kids, that it looks cute in pictures, but it's not always cute. But you know, it's just so that we remember later on why we sometimes have these bittersweet memories. I'm not sure if I should have done that, but anyway, it's real life, right? And I just wrote it in the spurt of the moment, so now it's there. And this was our breakfast room in the hotel. It says Au revoir Paris, and you can see that under there was another prompt. I think it was it was written like best place to eat and stuff like that, but I didn't feel like I need that. Everything was journaled pretty much about the trip, so I just put the last picture on top of that. And that's it. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I gave you some ideas as well. And thank you very much for watching. Bye.